Finally, for the first part, at the end, what we have here is a few vocabulary related to business or call centers, right? So whoever's calling you, whoever has an account with a company is considered to be a customer. But when you work in the call center industry, the people calling are called caller, client. The account holder sometimes is the wife's name on the husband's account. The husband paid the bill, or vice versa, right? The wife pays the bill, but is the husband's name there. Account holder, authorized person. So these are a few terms you need to be familiar with when you're dealing with call center jobs. Next, you have you as an agent, or CSR for short. You don't tell the customer, I'm a CSR. Don't expect the customer to know what a CSR is. You know, you can go by your name, or I'm a call center agent, or I'm a call center representative, or customer service representative. That's what CSR stands for. Some people say, customers say, hey, you know what, last time I called, I talked to the operator, they're referring to you as an agent, or to the rep. Some people go, I talked to the rep, or service rep, which is service representative. Then, as a call center agent, you need to be familiar with what is an incoming or inbound call. Incoming or inbound calls are the calls that you receive. You sit down on your desk and the customers are calling you. That's an incoming call or inbound call. Now, when you have to call them, when you're the one calling, that's an that's an outgoing or outbound call. All right, you dial a number. We dial a number that has previously been dialed. So we dial, transfer, conference. These are a few words that gonna come handy when you're working in a call center environment. Now, you should know the difference between a soft transfer, hard transfer, callback. What is a callback? Obviously, you calling someone back, but at the same time, sometimes a customer makes a call back. We call the customer was not available, so the customer is calling back. That's a callback. So the callback can be both ways, can go both ways. Either you made the callback or the customer is calling us back. Missed call. Sometimes you are so busy and the customer was on the line and couldn't wait any longer, because sometimes the whole time can be very long, so the customer just hang up. And when you finish with your call, you say, oh, I had 3 missed calls, I had 2 missed calls, or there's 1 missed call, I need to call back. A missed call. NA stands for not applicable or not available. And now we have the AUXes. When you work in a call center, what is an AUX? Well, in order for you to stop or to pause, to take a break, you need to put yourself in a certain AUX, whatever the number is based on what was programmed in the system, right? So AUX, it can be AUX for training, AUX for coaching, AUX, coffee break, log on, log out. What's the difference, right? Log on the system, log out the system to go home, right? When you're gonna take calls, you have to log on for the calls to start coming in. Then we have call avoidance. Yes, call avoidance, you may think it's only when when an agent does not want to take calls, because this job can be very stressful sometimes, and you may get to this point of the day, you know what, I'm done, I don't want to take any more calls. Even if you cannot do that, if you work a 9-hour shift, you need to finish your 9 hours unless there's a serious emergency or health problem. So if the calls come in, you do not take it, that is considered call avoidance. Okay, a customer can also make call avoidance if we're calling the customer and the customer is not taking the call. That's, we reject the call avoidance. Ghost calls is sometimes when the call comes in and you're saying hello, thank you for calling ABC, my name is John, who's there on the line, how can I help you? And you hear nothing. The call goes silent. That's a ghost call. Dropped or lost call. Well, a call can be dropped by mistake. Let's say you're dealing with buttons and keys, or by mistake, even though most system will ask you, are you sure you want to disconnect the call? So don't think that's going to happen, because if you drop a call, your manager or whoever IT will be able to tell that you did disconnect or drop the calls. The call can be dropped also, if the customer is driving, the customer is going through a tunnel and the call is dropped, or lost calls, right? There's also queue. Queue should be somewhere here on the vocabulary list. The queue is also how many calls are going through the system at the moment, or how many calls are on hold. His queue right there. So we have IVR. IVR is basically the system talking talking to you as a machine, telling you press 1 for English, press para español, presiona dos, you know. So yeah, if you want to pay your bill, press 3. If you want to make a claim, press 4. That's the IVR. We're going very fast because we're trying to go through so many terms at once. So AHT, which is average handling time. Okay, average handle time. How much time you spend in a call with a caller. All right, ACW, after call work. When you finish with a call, you actually may need a minute or a few seconds to document the account. The queue, we just talked about queue, which is basically how many calls we have to handle at the specific moment. ATT stands for average talking time, how much time you spend talking to the caller. A lot of campaigns, they require you to not spend more than X amount of minutes. If it's a technical project where customers are calling for you to fix their device over the phone, the ATT can go up to 12 to 15 minutes. But if it's a campaign that requires just basic information, the ATT is about 3 minutes. CSAT, that's customer satisfaction. Most of the time when they are happy, no one leaves a review. They're just happy and probably talk to a few people about the service. But when they are not happy, they will tell the world. So that CSAT is very important for every company. So that's customer satisfaction. KPI, that stands for key performance indicator. There are a lot of KPI is very important in call centers. This is basically how you're doing. Are you taking too long to handle the calls? Are you fixing the problems? There's something also called OCR. Is your OCR low or high? OCR stands for one call resolution, which is if you talk to this customer yesterday, why is this customer calling back about the same problem? That means you did not do a good job. A lot of times the problem will be fixed and the problem comes back later, or the customer did something that made the problem happen again. So your OCR also is part of KPI. Okay, are you taking too many breaks? Are you taking your breaks? Are you going over your breaks? All of this affect your KPI. And lastly, we have QA. QA, that stands for quality assurance, which is the department or the person that listen to your calls and tell you, hey, you did a great job, but next time do this instead, or your calls was perfect, there's nothing for me to coach you on. To be honest with you, you will hear about QA when the call is bad. This is the truth, right? The QA has to listen to so many calls. If you did a good job, you're just doing your job. They're not gonna talk to you about it. You just receive a congratulation. You did a good job, but no one really need to talk to you. But if you did bad, yes, you will need to be sitting down and talk to the QA, and he or she will coach you on what you did bad and to not do it next time. SDM stands for Site Director Manager. OM stands for stands for Operation Manager. Your supervisor or team leader, right, is responsible for a lot of things, by the way. So a supervisor job is not easy. It's not easy. I was a supervisor once, trust me. I don't think I want to be a supervisor again. It's really not an easy job. But long story short, a supervisor has a lot of responsibility. I remember back when I was in call center, you would be handling about over 10 agents per team. Like, your team will have 10, 12, or 15. Some call centers, or, depending on the size of the call center, you may be handling less than 10 agents, but most of the time it will be over 10. And finally, the trainer. The trainer is someone like me who has experience with a specific campaign or a general experience working in call center, that would be coaching people on how things work, right? What to do, what not to do, what to say, what not to say, etc. So basically, a trainer is a coach. Well, we went through a lot for the first day of this program. This is Gene Stefan with JSL Contact Center. Appreciate that you have made it through here. Your questions and comments are very welcome. Thank you very much. Get yourself a great day.